welcome back to OCR Training. It's not a fun partner workout this week, but I think it's a fun one. Kind of inspired a little bit by one that I saw by Chris Hemsworth on Instagram. So some of the exercises are similar, but not everything. And definitely not the structure of the workout. So we're going to start with a warm-up. We've got 30 seconds of each, and then our sets are going to be a minute of each exercise, and then 45 seconds of each exercise, then 30 seconds, no breaks, then you get a minute rest, and then the next set, again, it'll be a minute, 45 seconds, 30 seconds, and then a minute rest, and then a cool down, stretching, okay? So, we're gonna get started with some knee hugs, 30 seconds of each, just hugging your knees into your chest. I'm not going to time it, but you'll set a timer for yourself. Okay, we're going to assume that's around 30 seconds. Dynamic quad stretch, one at a time. Making sure that your knee stays pointing down to the ground. Don't pull it back. Reaching your hand up. You can push your hip forward a little bit by squeezing your glute, and that's going to stretch out a little bit more in the hip flexor as well. So that's 30 seconds. Then 30 seconds of a walk out to a push-up. So rolling down one vertebrae at a time. So you're not pushing your hips back. And down to there. Walk your hands out. Push up. Walk your hands back up. And then roll back up one vertebrae at a time. I'm just going to do one more. Then we have dynamic hamstring stretches. So heel down, toes up, scoop, and reach your hands up to the sky. Alternating legs, again for 30 seconds. And you can increase the stretch as your mobility increases. So as you get a little bit more flexible, you can probably go a little bit lower as you start to warm up the muscles. A little bit deeper into the stretch. Okay, seesaw plank. So you're gonna go on your elbows and your toes in a plank position. I hope you can see me. And we're just going back and forth. If that's too difficult, I mean, this is just a warm-up, you can try that a little bit elevated. Or you can go from your knees. Maybe one knee, because it's kind of hard to, you can't really, you can go side to side. Switches it a little bit. Okay, then the last one, 1 minute instead of 30 seconds for this one. So it's a little bit more involved. We're going to do the world's greatest stretch. So you're going to step back into a lunge, put the outside hand down. Inside elbow is going to come down towards the floor, twist up towards the ceiling, stand back up, and hamstring stretch. And then switch legs. So again, outside hand goes down to the floor, inside elbow down, twist up, stand, and hamstring stretch. Don't push on your knee. So you can have your hands resting lightly there. It's not a long stretch, so you shouldn't really have to do too much for that. Good. So you're going to continue that for 1 minute. So now we're nicely warmed up. And our first set is going to be burpee thrusters, laundry squats, laundry rows, crossover mountain climbers, bicep curls, and tricep dips, and then a shoulder tap plank. 1 minute of everything. All right, so we have some laundry soap. They're 2 different sizes, but this one is partly empty, so it's about the same weight. Be nicer if they were both the same size, but that's fine. Or you can use dumbbells. So I'll show you first with the laundry soap, and then we'll go to the dumbbells. So we have burpee thrusters to start out. I'm going to set them like this because that one's going to fall over. So you're going to come down to the floor, either step or jump your feet back. Push up, either step or jump your feet up. Bring those jugs up and press. And down. So for this one, you are doing a strict push-up. So it's not the chest to the ground flop. You're actually doing a full strict push-up. So you can do that from your knees. I will show you with the dumbbells as well. So with the dumbbells, you can have your hands right on them. You don't have to put them down and put your hands separate. So you can keep them in your hands the whole time. So again, it can be a step back. You can go to your knees for the push-up. And then step your feet back up. Bring the weights up. And press. And then back down. Or the full one. Okay. And you're going to do a minute of those. Then a minute of laundry squats. So, got my nice full basket of laundry. Let me make it a little bit heavier by adding my jugs of laundry detergent. Hug it in and squat. Nice and low, at least to parallel. Keeping your knees back behind your toes, weight in your heels. You can also do that without the laundry soaks in, or you can just hold your laundry soaks at your shoulders and do them that way as well. Another option is to sit down to a chair. Okay. Laundry rows. I'm only going to put the one in, not because it's too heavy, but just because the other one is too big. And actually, take a towel out, maybe. Okay. Bent over, so you have a flat back. And just pull up. Other option, bent over with the dumbbells. Getting your elbows up past your back, making sure that your back is flat. You don't want to be rounded here. Nice and flat. Okay. Any weight. You can even use soup cans. If you don't have dumbbells, and if the laundry basket is too heavy, you can use the laundry basket without the soap in it. It's much lighter. You can lift it with the fingertips. So, a few options there. crossover mountain climbers. Move these weights out of the way. And down onto your hands and feet, ideally, coming across and across. Knee towards the opposite elbow. Option down to your knee. And bringing that knee in and across. Okay. So make sure that if you're on your knees, you are still in a flat position, not butt stuck up in the air. You also can do these from an elevated position, which would be slightly easier than on the floor. Okay, again, making sure your back is nice and flat, belly button pulled up towards your spine. Bicep curls. You can use your weights. You can use your laundry soap, soup cans, whatever you have. So weights, just be curling them together. Like that. 1 minute of those. Or laundry soap. Minute, like that. If you have a band, you'd even do it with the band. Better if you have the ones that have handles. I do have them, they're in the garage. Okay, tricep dips. Option, if the tricep dips are a little bit too much for you, you can take the band behind your back if you have a band, and extensions. I'll go down here so you can see. Extensions up. Like that. So I'm coming into nice bent elbow, extend up, extend up. Okay. Or using a bench. You can have your knees bent, you can have your legs straight out, or you can come into a kind of a figure 4 stretch and get a nice big hip stretch at the same time. 1 minute of these. Okay, so from the side, you start on the bench and then come off so that you're right by it here. So you're keeping your back really close. You're not out here. That's just going to stress the shoulders, and you want the triceps doing the work. You don't want to hurt your shoulders. And the shoulder tap plank. So in your plank again, from your feet or from your knees. You can have your feet right together. That's going to be the hardest. Slightly apart. It's going to be a little bit easier. And without tilting, you're going to tap, 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 tap. Okay, so again, if you're doing that from the knees, you are still in a solid plank. Nice and flat. You don't have your butt up in the air. So it's not all fours, it's a solid plank. And keep your belly button pulled up towards your spine. Tummy nice and tight. Then you get 1 minute of full rest. Grab a drink of water, BCAAs, whatever you have. And then we're going to get into step 2. So after you have a full minute of rest, we're going to start with some heel kicks for 1 minute. Heel kicks, you're coming straight up. So it's not kicking your legs up, it's not butt kicks. You're bringing your heels up, tracing the inside of the leg beside it, taking your knee forward. So it's just like when you run, that's the same basic movement, only you'd be leaning forward, so you would propel yourself forward instead of staying in the spot. So 1 minute, looks like this. Not this, here. Okay, chest stays high, shoulders down and back, and you can pump your arms. So just like you're running. Okay, 1 minute of that, then reverse lunge knee drives. So you're gonna come back into a lunge, come up, bring this knee up with enough power, you kind of hop up. One minute on one side, then 1 minute on the other side. Use your arms, so the opposite arm is going back to help you drive up. Because when you walk or run, it's the opposite arm that goes forward. I mean, we don't walk like that, but that is the natural way that you walk. So that is going to help you bring that knee up. Okay. Then we have jump squats, down and up. Lots of power. If that doesn't feel safe for you, you can just do regular squats. Same thing with the lunges. If this doesn't feel safe, you can just stay on the ground and tuck your knee into your chest. Jumping jacks. Notice I'm not big jumping out. My legs are just going out and coming back in. Okay, it's a little bit more efficient. Works these muscles a little bit better. I can't read my writing. Oh, T push-ups. I had TP/U, but it looked really weird. So again, you can go from your knees or from your feet. Just make sure you're in a straight line, belly button pulled up towards your spine. You can also go from an elevated surface. You're going to do a push-up, come up onto your side, reach that hand up to the ceiling, back down, do another push-up, up to the other side. Now, you can go from your knees, or you can come down, then go to your knees, then back to your feet and do the twist, or just staying on your knees. You can do the twist from your knees, but you would probably bring up one leg and straighten it out. So I'm on my knees, push up. I'm going to stay on one knee, but the other leg is going to straighten out and push my foot to the ground, rather than trying to stay here in a twisted position. Okay. And then the other side. Okay, so 1 minute of those. And then torture twists. Darren and I did these in our workout this morning, and I just had to share them with you because, I mean, they are kind of what they sound like, but they're really good. So let me get this out of the way, since we're done with that. You're gonna sit flat and lean back, and staying in this lean back, about 45-degree position, hands behind your head, twist to one side, hold for 5 seconds. Twist to the other side, hold for 5 seconds. So twist, keeping your back straight, tummy pulled up and in. So you don't want to be slumped, twisting. It's not going to be good for your back. So keeping it nice and flat. And then we just have some stretches. So again, that's a minute, and then 45 seconds, and then 30 seconds, then you get a minute rest, and then a minute, 45 seconds, 30 seconds, another minute rest, and then we stretch. So it's 3 rounds of each one. So we're going to start again with a minute of the world's greatest stretch. Coming down, reach up into your hamstring stretch. And because you have a minute here, spend a little bit more time in each stretch. Really feel that stretch through the back of the leg, down into the foot. And then we have some knee hugs. So you're just gonna hold one knee into your chest for 30 seconds. You can do some foot circles if you like. Make sure you stay rooted into the ground. If you need, if this is like you're going crazy, balance, you can hold on to something with one hand or lean against the counter or something. Okay, then we're going to do 30 seconds on the other side. Keeping your chest high, so you're not hunched over here. Nice and tall. Hugging that knee in nice and tight. And again, foot circles, both directions. Okay, then we have just a hamstring stretch. So heel down, toes up. And you're gonna put your hands on this knee, not on this leg. You don't wanna be pushing your knee. Just holding that for 30 seconds. And you're gonna switch legs. Hold the other one for 30 seconds. And you're taking your belly down towards your thigh. You're not rounding over here. Because if you just round over, you don't really feel it in here. You might feel the calf a little bit because you got your toes pulled up. But you're not going to feel it in the hamstring until you have your back nice and flat. Take your belly down. Okay? Hip cradles. One leg at a time up. Staying up nice and tall. Option for this one is to do a figure four. So laying on your back. Knee up, cross one leg over. Relax your head back and just pull that leg in. So you feel the stretch in here, and you would be holding each side there for 30 seconds. Kneeling quad stretch. So you're gonna go into a kneeling position, so like you were taking a knee in football, except instead of being here, you're stretched out a little bit and coming down, keeping your knee over top of your heel or your ankle. And you wanna keep these toes tucked under, not flat. And then just let yourself sink into it. Keep your chest high. Don't arch your back. Just stay up nice and tall. Feel that stretch through here. Sinking deeper into the stretch with your exhales. 30 seconds on each side. Nice big stretch through there. Okay, and then we're gonna stretch out your calf or the soleus muscle. So you're gonna sit now on this back leg. So you're gonna bring this leg underneath you here. Sit down on it and bring this foot really close to you. Lean on your knee, pushing your knee forward, but keeping your heel down on the ground. And that's gonna stretch the very bottom part of your calf. It feels really nice. The same thing on the other side. So again, you're in a kneeling position. This foot's gonna go over and you're gonna sit down on it. And then pull this leg in and lean. And again, it gets that right in the bottom there, the bottom part of the calf, your soleus muscle. Good. Okay, and you can sit flat in a cross-leg position or however it's comfortable. I'm gonna sit kneeling, just so I'm up a little bit higher. I'm gonna bring one arm up, touch that hand to your back without pushing your head forward. So you're just gonna rest your head back on your arm. You can take the other one and do a little pull if you need to stretch it just a little bit more. Good, same thing on the other side. Again, these are 30 seconds of each. And then give yourselves a big hug. Twist to one side. Back to center. twist to the other side, back to center, switch arms, the other one on top, twist again, twist back, and then finishing with a dynamic chest stretch. I'm going to stay kneeling. You can kneel, you can stand, you can sit cross-legged, however is comfortable, and you're just going to lift your arms up until you can't go any further without straining, and come back down. Okay. So 30 seconds of that. And that's it for today. So I will list everything out for you as well so that you have a list of all the exercises to follow along. Set your timers for 30 seconds of each of the first step, the warm-up, minute of each, and then 45 seconds and 30 seconds, and then repeat with the next set, and then a minute of the first one, and then 30 seconds on each side of each of the following stretches. Okay, have fun with it, and let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, comments, need more modifications than what I've shown, drop it in the comments. Good luck, and I'll see you next week.